Hello and welcome to English in Minutes.
We are your hosts, Emily and Jack.
Today, we have a very fun and useful topic for you.
We are going to talk all about hobbies.
This is one of the best topics for English learners.
Talking about hobbies is easy and friendly.
It helps you connect with people from all over the world.
Please support us by subscribing to our channel
Hit the like button if you enjoy our conversation.
and share this video with a friend who is learning English.
Let's begin our talk about hobbies right now.
I am very excited about today's topic.
Me too. Hobbies are a big part of a happy life.
They are activities we do for joy, not for work.
So, Jack, let's start with you. What is a hobby you love?
My favorite hobby is reading. I read every single day.
That is a wonderful habit. What kind of stories do you like?
I really enjoy science fiction and fantasy books.
Oh, stories about space in the future?
Yes, exactly. They take me to different worlds.
That sounds like a great escape. How long have you been a reader?
Since I was a child, my mother read to me every night.
That's a beautiful way to start. Do you have a favorite book?
That's a difficult question. Maybe The Martian by Andy Weir.
I've heard of that. Is it about a man on Mars?
Yes, he is alone and must solve many problems.
It sounds exciting. Do you only read books in English?
Mostly, yes, but sometimes I try to read in Spanish. It is slow, but it's good practice.
That's a great point. Hobbies can help us learn languages.
Absolutely. What about you? Do you like to read?
I do, but not as much as you. I prefer mystery novels. I love trying to solve the crime before the end of the book.
That's a fun challenge. Is reading your main hobby?
Actually, no. My biggest hobby is photography.
Oh, that's a creative one. When did you get your first camera?
I got my first real camera about 5 years ago. It was a birthday present from my husband.
Was it a big professional camera?
No, it was a small DSLR camera for beginners.
That's a perfect place to start. Was it hard to learn?
Very hard at the beginning. The camera had so many settings. I didn't understand words like ISO, aperture, or shutter speed.
Those words sound technical and confusing.
They were. My first photos were all very dark or very bright.
What did you do to learn? Did you take a class?
I didn't take a class. I used the internet. I watched hundreds of free videos on YouTube.
That's how many people learn new skills today.
Yes, I would watch a video and then go outside to practice. I practiced almost every day after work.
That's dedication. Where's your favorite place to take photos?
I love natural places, parks, gardens, and the beach.
Do you go to the same park often?
Yes, there's a botanical garden near my home. I visit it every Saturday morning with my camera.
That's a lovely routine. What do you take pictures of there?
Mostly flowers and insects. I love macro photography.
What is macro photography?
It's taking very close-up pictures of small things. You can see the details of a bee's wings or a drop of water.
That sounds amazing. You must see the world differently.
I do. It makes me appreciate small, beautiful things.
Do you ever take pictures of people or events?
Sometimes. Last month, I took photos at my friend's birthday party.
Was that difficult? People move around a lot.
It was challenging. Kids were running everywhere, but I got some great shots of them laughing and playing.
I bet your friend loved those photos. They are special memories.
She did. She used one of the photos for her phone background.
That must make you feel proud.
It does. It feels good to create something that makes people happy.
Hobbies are great for our mental health. They reduce stress.
That's so true. When I'm focusing on a photo, I forget my worries.
My reading does the same thing for me.
Do you have other hobbies besides reading?
Yes, I have a very different hobby for the weekends. I love hiking and being in the mountains.
That is the opposite of quiet reading.
It is. It's active and sometimes exhausting.
How often do you go hiking?
I try to go at least twice a month with a group of friends.
Do you go in the same place every time?
No, we like to explore new trails. We look for trails online.
What's your favorite hike you've ever done?
Last summer, we hiked to a beautiful mountain lake. The water was so clear and blue. It was perfect.
How long did that hike take?
It was a full day. We started early in the morning. We hiked for 4 hours to get to the lake.
4 hours? Weren't you tired?
We were tired, but the view was worth every step.
What do you need to bring on a long hike like that?
The most important thing is good, comfortable shoes. You also need a lot of water and high-energy snacks.
Like nuts or fruit?
Yes, exactly. I always carry a first aid kit.
That's very responsible. Do you use your phone for directions?
I use an app on my phone, but I also carry a paper map.
A paper map? Isn't that old-fashioned?
Maybe, but your phone battery can die. A map doesn't need batteries.
That's a very smart safety tip. Have you ever had a problem hiking?
One time we had a scary experience. The weather changed fast.
What happened?
It was sunny when we started. 2 hours later, there was thick fog.
Oh no, could you see the trail?
We couldn't see more than 10 meters ahead. The trail markers on the trees were hard to find.
That sounds dangerous. What did you do?
We stopped walking immediately. We didn't want to get more lost.
That was the right decision.
We checked our map and compass very carefully. We waited for about 30 minutes for the fog to lift a little.
Were you scared?
A little, yes, but we stayed together and stayed calm.
Did you find your way back?
We did. We walked very slowly and followed the map. It took a long time, but we got back safely.
That story has a happy ending. You learned a big lesson.
We did. Always check the weather forecast twice and be prepared for anything to happen.
So, hobbies can teach us about preparation and safety.
They can. What has photography taught you?
It has taught me to be patient and to observe carefully.
Can you give me an example of being patient?
Last week, I wanted a photo of a hummingbird at a flower. I stood very still for 20 minutes just waiting.
20 minutes? That is patience.
Finally, the bird came and I got one perfect photo.
I bet that photo felt like a big prize.
It did. It felt better because I waited for it.
Our hobbies change how we see the world.
They really do. Do you think our hobbies change as we age?
I'm sure they do. My hobbies now are different from when I was 10.
What did you like to do as a child?
I loved building model airplanes with my father. We would spend hours putting tiny pieces together.
That sounds like a nice memory. Why did you stop?
I became a teenager. I thought it wasn't cool anymore.
That's too bad. Maybe you can try it again someday.
Maybe. What was your childhood hobby?
I loved collecting things. I collected pretty stones and buttons. I had a big box full of them. I liked organizing them by color.
That's a simple and creative hobby.
It was. Then, as a teenager, I was really into writing poetry.
Poetry? That's very artistic.
Yes, but I was shy. I never showed my poems to anyone.
Do you still write sometimes?
No, I don't. Life became very busy with university and my job.
That is a common story. People often lose hobbies when busy.
That's why I made a promise to myself with photography. I schedule time for it, like an important meeting.
That is excellent advice. We must make time for joy.
Let's think about money. Are hobbies expensive?
Some can be, but many are not. My library books are free.
Walking in a park is free.
Listening to music is cheap.
But my hiking boots were very expensive.
And my good camera lens cost a lot of money.
So, sometimes we choose to invest in our hobbies.
Yes, if it brings you joy every week, it can be worth it.
You don't need to buy the most expensive thing at the start.
Right. Start with basic tools. See if you love the hobby first.
Now, let's think about our listeners learning English.
This is a very important part. Hobbies and English are a perfect pair.
How can someone use a hobby to practice English?
There are so many ways. Let's start with you and hiking.
Okay, I follow several hiking websites in English.
What do you learn from them?
I learn new vocabulary, words about nature, gear, and safety.
Can you give us 3 useful hiking words?
Sure, trail is the path you walk on, summit is the very top of a mountain, and blister is a painful sore on your foot from walking.
Ouch, blisters are not fun. That is very practical vocabulary.
It is. Now, what about your photography hobby?
I changed the language on my camera to English, so I see words like flash, focus, and timer every day.
That's a clever trick. You learn without extra effort.
I also watch famous photographers on YouTube. They teach techniques, and I learn English at the same time.
What are some photography words you've learned?
Portrait is a photo of a person. Landscape is a photo of wide, natural scenery. Exposure is how light or dark the photo is.
This is professional vocabulary. Very useful.
Listeners can do this with any hobby.
If you like cooking, watch cooking shows in English.
You will learn words like slice, dice, boil, and bake.
If you like video games, play them in English or join an English forum.
You will learn action words and slang from other players.
If you like music, read about your favorite singer in English.
Or look up the lyrics to songs and learn what the words mean.
The key is to combine something you love with English practice.
It doesn't feel like studying, it feels like fun.
Let's practice some conversation phrases about hobbies.
This is very useful for making friends.
How do you ask someone about their hobbies?
You can say, "What do you like to do in your free time?"
That's the most common and safe question.
You can also ask, "Do you have any hobbies?"
How do you answer if someone asks you?
You can say, "I'm really into gardening."
I'm into is a great natural phrase.
You can say, "I enjoy playing soccer."
Or my hobby is painting watercolors.
What if you are a beginner at a hobby?
You can say, I'm just starting to learn how to knit.
Or, "I'm a beginner, but I'm trying to learn the guitar."
People love to help beginners. It starts a good conversation.
What if you don't have a specific hobby right now?
That's okay. You can be honest. You can say, I like relaxing at home and watching movies.
Or you can say, "I'm trying to find a new hobby. Do you have any ideas?"
That's a fantastic question. It invites the other person to share.
Let's think about problems people have with hobbies.
A common problem is time. People say, I'm too busy.
But even 10 minutes a day is good. You can read for 10 minutes.
Or you can draw a small picture in a notebook.
Another problem is money. People think hobbies are expensive.
But we talked about free hobbies. Drawing with a pencil is cheap.
Listening to free podcasts in English is a hobby that costs nothing.
A third problem is motivation. Starting is hard.
The trick is to make it easy. Put your guitar where you can see it.
Or pack your running shoes the night before.
Small steps lead to big habits.
Let's talk about social hobbies versus solo hobbies.
Some hobbies, like team sports, are very social.
And some, like writing or painting, are usually done alone.
But you can make a solo hobby social.
How?
You can join a club, a photography club, or a book club.
That's a great idea. You meet people who love the same thing.
And you can practice English with them.
Hobbies can help fight loneliness. They connect people.
They give you something interesting to talk about.
Okay, let's do a quick role play for our listeners.
Good idea. You ask me about my hobby.
Hello, Emily. What do you like to do for fun?
Hi, I'm really into photography, especially nature photos.
That's cool. How did you get started with that?
I got a camera as a gift and just started practicing. I watch a lot of tutorials online.
Do you have a favorite place to take pictures?
I love the botanical garden. The flowers are beautiful there.
Maybe I can see your photos sometime.
Sure, I'd love to show you.
See, a simple, friendly conversation.
Our listeners can practice this with a friend or in the mirror.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The goal is to communicate.
Let's do a quick review of what we talked about.
We shared our personal hobbies, reading and photography.
We talked about hiking and the importance of safety.
We discussed how hobbies change from childhood to adulthood.
We gave tips for starting a hobby without spending too much money.
Most importantly, we showed how to connect hobbies and English learning.
You can learn vocabulary by exploring your hobby in English.
You can join online communities and make friends.
Hobbies make you happier and help your English improve.
It's a win-win situation.
Now it's your turn to take action.
Think about one activity you enjoy or want to try.
Say 3 sentences about it in English right now.
For example, I enjoy cooking. I want to learn to make pizza. I will watch a video in English.
That's perfect. Start small and be consistent.
Every expert was once a beginner.
Be kind to yourself and have fun with the process.
Thank you for spending your time with us today.
We hope you feel motivated to talk about your hobbies in English.
If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up.
It helps our channel grow and reach more learners.
Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next talk.
Write your hobby in the comments below. We will read them all.
Maybe you will find a hobby buddy in the comments.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and enjoy your free time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. See you next time on English in Minutes.